This is Ade, and welcome to 360-Degree Consciousness. Here, we talk about striking the right balance between our personal lives and our professional lives to gain lifetime happiness and fulfillment. When I started my career some 16 years ago, it was for me full career mode activated. I was young, I was focused, I was happy to be in the career world, and I made everything revolve around my job. It meant everything to me, and I gave 101% of my time to it. And I loved it. I really did love it. I have always been a hard worker, and I pride myself in working hard and delivering results. It was just natural for me to be in a work mode. When I wasn't working, I was thinking of work. And to make it deep, I started my career in a fast-paced function, finance. Yeah, I'm sure my finance colleagues can attest to this. There was always something we were chasing. It was either budget planning process or we were working on forecasting, variance analysis, reconciliation, month end. There just was always something. And there I was, full of energy and hungry to be recognized for the value that I carry. And I fit right into the fast spinning wheel, and I kept spinning along. It was normal. It felt normal. It was just work, work, and work. The first semblance of normalcy was when our new finance director, at the time, a senior colleague, now my mentor and a very good brother, waltzed by me in the office lounge, and I asked if he would be attending the finance meeting in the evening. He said no, and that he was on his way to tell the CFO he needed to attend his son's open day at school, what some of us know as Parents' Evening. I thought, wow. The audacity. I had to wait for him to return to hear the outcome of his discussion with the CFO. And when he came back, he said to me, "See you tomorrow." The shock was written all over my face. Really? There was another way. Really? I didn't know we had options. I didn't know that we could put the work at the back burner and do something else. Every other thing for me at that time was after work. Work was priority. Now, I know better. And on this show, we will be exploring topics that impact our daily lives, topics that would help us to advance our careers and businesses, but not at the cost to other important areas of our lives. Areas such as our health and wellness, our future financial freedom, our relationships, our self-care, our spirituality, our personal development. And that is why the name of this show is 360-Degree Consciousness. Many of us struggle to juggle the demands of our jobs with our personal lives, the constant connectivity, the long work hours, societal expectations. It can all make it tough to find that sweet spot. And add to this the pressure of social media. I am happy to share that I just landed a job in heaven. And then we get into that rat race. And like my friend would always say, even if you win the race, you are still a rat. So on this show, we will be talking about growing our careers and our businesses, but not to the detriment of all the other important areas of our lives. How do we ensure we are in sync with every important part of our lives? I tell people it should not be a zero-sum game. How do we find that equilibrium between the time and energy we invest in our careers and personal lives? And I realize some people are juggling all these different balls really well. What can we learn from them? What tips and insights are available that we can learn and apply to ensure that at the end of the day, at the end of our lives, we can look back and say we truly lived a fulfilling life? And when people talk about work-life balance, they just sort of put 100% of the challenge on the organization and they hold the organization responsible for the balance that they lack. While this is partly true, it is not entirely true. I remember there were years I wouldn't even do a medical checkup because in my head, I just believed there was no time. Very vividly in my mind was when I was pregnant with my set of twins. And I was booked for a scan at 3 months. Your dear girl didn't make that appointment. I showed up when I was 4 months gone. Would I blame the company or the work for this? No. I would blame it on my lack of consciousness of priority. That's how I'll put it. According to recent statistics, 33% of the barriers of work-life balance are due to personal perfectionism. Research shows 24% is due to the company culture, 16% is due to burnout, 14% is due to the work itself, and 13% is due to our bosses. So the work and its associated elements are collectively I agree, but we also have a role to play. We should control the parts that rest with us. So this podcast is not just for everyone out there. It's also for me. It's first for me, actually, and then you. I am very open to listening. I'm open to learning on how I can find that balance, how I can find that sweet spot that guarantees my overall well-being, how I can find that equilibrium that guarantees my fulfillment and lifelong happiness. And while I admit that I'm way better than I used to be, there is still a lot to learn. And at this point in my life, I want something more. I am more concerned about my mental health. I'm more concerned about my overall wellness. I want to have increased productivity. I want to know how my brain works. How can I maximize the potential of my brain? I'm mindful of the quality of my sleep. I have gone past that era when I used to pride myself in, oh, I slept only for 4 hours. Oh, I slept for, no, because now I understand it is very detrimental to my productivity. It is detrimental to my health. I want to build stronger relationships with my loved ones. I want to take care of myself, take care of my future financial freedom. You know, I remember I was having dinner with my friend a few weeks back, and she said, this is the time we have the energy, the youthfulness to prepare for the time we wouldn't have it anymore. I thought that was profound because very true, we cannot continue to count on the same level of energy. And that's why I brought this show together for me to learn and for people to also learn. So some days I will run a solo show and some days I will be here with a guest. We will touch on these exciting topics and provide additional insights that we can apply to our lives. I will be asking listeners to share their thoughts and questions on work-life balance, and I will ensure that I bring you all the answers that you need to gain that balance. This is going to be a weekly show, so please follow, download, and share with your friends. Let's all come together to learn. As I wrap up today's intro episode, I want you to remember that achieving work-life balance is an ongoing process. It requires self-reflection, it requires adaptation, it requires a strong and solid commitment to prioritizing what truly matters in life. And until next time, when I come your way again, this is Ade signing out from 360 Degree Consciousness.